My name is Daki, and this is a show introducing you to the world's finest comedians, as known as any European comedians. This is fantastic comedians of Europe. Today I'm here with
CHRIS Doering.
How long are you doing comedy?
So I've been doing English comedy for about, 12 years, roundabout, but I did have a break in the middle when I was in Mexico, so there's about like a 4-year span where I didn't do any English comedy.
What languages are you doing comedy in?
Only English, actually. We only produce and perform in English comedy shows.
Not German, not Spanish?
No, Spanish I'm not comfortable enough yet, because the thing is, even when you only want to do a set, when it's only your written material, you still need to be able to freely sort of respond to things that happen in the room, and I'm not at that level yet. And German comedy I don't do because I want to have fun too.
You are not just performing, you are producing events as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've got two brands, Laughing Spree Comedy and Propaganda Comedy, where we produce a bunch of shows in Europe as well.
What is the difference between them?
One is on a boat, the other is not. That's pretty much the main difference.
Why there is no boat in the name?
I mean, it does have the name of the river in it, Laughing Spree, so... I love that you now got the joke. You finally got the joke.
I know
it's a
about
pun,
those events for like 2 years and I had no idea. Why did you start doing comedy at first?
Before I did English comedy, stand-up comedy, I did a German thing called Cabaret. It's sometimes like political version of stand-up.
They dance
That's Cabaret. That's Cabaret. It's slightly different. So this is like a topical political version. So they have monologues like in stand-up as well, but it's like sketches. It is comedy. It's supposed to be comedy. So here's the main difference. Here's how I always liken it. So in comedy, you have to be funny. If you're poignant on top of that, that's great. In Cabaret, it's the other way around. If you're poignant, you have to be poignant. If you're funny on top of that, that's fun. To me, it's like two different genres of music, right?
Yeah.
Like stand-up is like rock and roll. It's cool, you know. It's like bam, 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 cool and sexy, right? While Cabaret is more like jazz. It's a different rhythm. It's more like din, 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 din. And when I moved abroad, I realized very quickly people hate jazz. So I started doing stand-up in English then. Yeah.
Where did you move abroad?
Oh, originally
you're from Germany.
I'm from Berlin. Yes, I'm from East Berlin, and I moved to a bunch of different countries. So I lived in South Africa for a little while, New Zealand. But then when I moved to England, this is when I picked up stand-up comedy, because I went to a bunch of open mics and I essentially just translated some of the jokes that I had in German, and it just didn't work because again, they weren't really jokes. They were more like little sort of amusing stories.
Monologues.
Kind of, yeah. They were like amusing tales, and the fun was more like in the way you sort of went about it, and the points you're trying to make, and that can be really funny, but it just wasn't the same format, and it just didn't work with that audience. So then I was like, okay, I see what these people are doing, I want to do that. So, and then I fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since, and I don't want to go back. As bad of an economic decision as this is. Because literally everybody here asks me whether they come from abroad, whether they also are comedians here in Berlin, why the fuck aren't you doing comedy in Germany? I was like, because I hate money, that's why.
What is the biggest difference between comedy in Germany and comedy in the UK?
I can tell you what the difference is between comedy in English and what the difference is between comedy in German, rather than the difference between Germany and UK,
I see.
right? So the main difference is that comedy in English is funny. That's it. That's basically it.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. I do have to say, because stand-up comedy as an art form is a rather new thing here in Europe and in Germany as well, where people are not used to it. That they kind of, because most of the audiences, they're a theater-going audience, right?
Yeah,
so they're like, I'll sit down, I'll pay attention to you, I'll give you 2 hours of my time, and by the end I'll clamp. That's the most.
Is it the same in Europe?
Oh, totally. Because everybody, again, it's that mindset that you've done for like decades, where we're a theater-going audience. So they're not. They just don't know yet that they're part of the experience, that communal experience where your time, your enjoyment is increased tenfold, 100-fold if you're audibly and visibly enjoying yourself alongside with everybody else. They just don't know that yet. But it's slightly shifting. Like, people are getting used to it now. We get a lot of like German audiences, or like audiences from Northern European countries at the shows as well, because it's always a very international audience, and they're starting to get that now. So slowly they're starting to get that. So yeah, that's fun.
You performed not only in Germany and in the United Kingdom. You performed a lot in different countries.
Yeah.
Where is the toughest crowd?
Oh, okay. Funnily enough, that kind of depends on what it is that you do. Like
for you.
Okay, because I need to quickly preface that with a lot of the material I do when I'm on the road, when I do my solo, is I tend to do some darker material. So that doesn't work really, really well when you do it in Western European or Northern European countries. If you go like east, if you go to like the Balkans, Eastern European countries, it's amazing. They fucking love you for it. Because you know what it's like. Our sense of humor is fucked up. So that's why it just really works really, really well.
Something is broken.
Yes, something is broken inside. So I want you to tell me something broken and fucked up so that we can relate to one another.
In the West, people are more like frightened.
Well, in the West, people get hugged by their parents, so they have sort of they grew up well. Yeah. So now they have this sort of polite society thing going on, where they're like, "Ooh, you're not supposed to say this in public," type of thing. So a lot of the times they're a little bit more like, I think, you know what it is? I think they're just feeling judged by other people. So like, I can't laugh at this. So even though I think it's funny, I can't laugh at that. So I see a lot of like, in those situations, I see a lot of like smiles, like directed at me, but they're not laughing out loud because it's like, oh, what's this guy next to me gonna think about this?
Tell me about the worst show you ever attended to.
I mean, generally speaking, the worst shows tend to be like corporate shows, right? So the worst shows that you go to is when people aren't there for the show. You're just sort of a side gig. You're like a side piece there, you know, you're like, and now we've got a clown. Okay, keep eating. So, you know what I mean? So I've had one where I was at a fair. This was like an Easter fair where there's a whole bunch of different stalls where they sell different things, and they put up a stage, like a really nice proper stage where you're like, oh, this is cool, this is gonna be nice. But then there was no like seating or anything. Like people were just walking by the fair, and then some people just kind of, while you were doing your set, just kind of walked by and kind of go, okay, and kept walking.
I love it. I love it. I love it when there are no seats and they just want people to stay as during the rave.
And then it's super bright. Again, we're like in the market hall, basically. It's super bright. There's a stall next to us where they sell sausages. On the other stall, they sell jewelry. And then right there, there's a stage where we're like, so Tinder, am I right? It's ridiculous. I had another one where it was kind of like a restaurant that the company booked. And so did the guy come out, I think it was like the CFO or something like that. Yeah. He sort of gave some numbers, gave a presentation, and everybody was there in these, so they had long tables. So we're here, so this is the stage, long tables sideways. So where people aren't even facing you, they're sideways. They all have their dinner in front of them. They just got served their dinner. The guy goes, and now I'm gonna bring up the next guy, comedian CHRIS DOERING, and leaves. I come on, all of these people are eating, I'm trying to do jokes and I'm trying to sort of relate to them a little bit, and literally the vibe was, because they also didn't know that there was going to be a comedy show. Nobody told them that the comedian was going to come, so it's literally, I was bothering them during their meal, and they were all just, I'm trying to eat here, what are you doing?
Rate your comedy from 1 to 10.
Oh, that's so unfair. I don't know. I mean,
Be fair to yourself.
Be fair to myself?
Then be fair.
I don't know. 6? Like proficient?
Okay, and now rate an average European comedian from 1 to 10.
Overall European comedy. I think European comedy is actually quite good. And I don't know, obviously I have no idea what sort of its reputation is around the world. But I think in general it's quite inventive. Because since stand-up comedy is such a young art form within Europe, I think people are more willing to also experiment with the art form slightly more. You know, they bring different experiences to the table. Like most of the time when you watch comedy online, you watch it almost exclusively from an American or like a British perspective, right? All the Netflix, all the...
And Australian sometimes.
Yes, Australian a little bit. But it's this very sort of Anglophile Western thing that you see. So a lot of what you see in Europe is you see a bunch of different perspectives, a bunch of different takes on life,
and 1 to 10?
Different experience. I don't know. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna say 8.
What is name your favorite topic that audiences hate?
To me, because I do perform, even though I travel across Europe, most of the time I still perform in Germany. So I do perform in a lot of German cities. They absolutely hate me talking about East Germany after the fall of the Berlin Wall, because there's because it turns into an educational thing.
Yeah.
Because most West Germans don't think about what happened.
They don't like to think about it.
They don't like this topic. No.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Because I always like, because one of the things that's very sort of prevalent and that you sort of read in the news is like, oh my God, like East Germany, they've got this like Nazi problem, and you know, this lack of understanding with like democracy and stuff. And then you're always like, yeah, do you actually know who like the leaders in the AfD, where they're from? Because they're all West Germans. And you know where the Nazis in the 90s came from? Well, they came from Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg, so it's like, well, after sort of the war, after the Second World War, you know, the Russians came in, deindustrialized the place, and sort of really rough and tumble went about denazifying the place, while in West Germany they became the government. So it's like...
Name 3 comedians you want more people to know about.
Abby Mohanty, Hipsha Mohanty, Abby comedy. She's a great act. I love her. Then Andrei Ivanov is fantastic comedian. And then who else? I'm gonna go with
Name 4.
Carmen Frame. I'm gonna go with Carmen. Yeah.
Name at least one worldwide famous comedian who annoys you.
Let's go with Chris D'Elia.
Why?
I don't know. No, like who actually really annoys me? That's a good question. No, you know what? I'm gonna go with Bert Kreischer. I don't like Bert Kreischer.
Why?
Why? Is he an idiot? I mean, the thing, most of us as comedians, we're idiots, and that's fine. No. But he seems so proud of it that I think that annoys me.
But I mean, what for? Bert Kreischer has so nice nipples. I mean, how can you
Wait,
not
hold on.
like him?
You as a Russian, how do you feel about this whole
I
machine business?
I hate him.
Okay, good.
No, I hate him.
Okay.
In fact, I hate him.
Okay, well, there you go.
I hate the fact that two things he built his whole career, I mean, till Netflix, is that he is naked, and this fake story about Russians. What the hell?
Also, to be honest with you, because they made such a big deal. I always heard the machine. I've never heard this joke. And always like, oh, Bert Kreischer and the machine. So it's amazing and it's amazing. And then you have all the comics in his vicinity. You've got like the Tom Segura, the Ari Shafir. They was talking about how amazing the story. I never heard the story until like 2 years ago when I finally actually watched the joke and I was like, that's it? Like, that's the joke? And I was like, this is, I mean, it's a sort of a fun story. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's a fun sort of story, but it's
by
like,
the way,
that's not that good of a joke.
By the way, I'm just letting you know, all the European comedians are signing a petition against Bert Kreischer. Yes.
What's the petition, that he should never come to Europe? Like, what's the
just
petition?
Stop. Just we want him to stop doing comedy.
Or pick a different country, I don't know.
Promote your comedy to the wider audiences in 10 seconds.
All right, hey, so you can find me on Instagram at comedian Chris D. We run a bunch of shows in Berlin and across Europe. You can find the ones on the boat at Laughing Spree Comedy. And then we've got another brand at Propaganda Comedy, where we do tours all across Europe and bunch of shows with different formats, lots of comedians. We'll bring a bunch of comedians also from the UK and the US to Europe. So check us out there at Propaganda Comedy.
Great. It was Chris in Fantastic Comedians of Europe. Please subscribe to him and subscribe to us. Great. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Joe. Oh my God.